Aloha.
Aloha, everyone.
This is Reverend Rita,
Yes, I am.
and I'm Reverend Patrick. And behind us is what is that, Rita?
It's a picture of our vision of the future. Yes.
And that's coming up a lot for us. We're on 7 years of CSL Kauai, and that means that we got on that plane and we came over here not knowing anyone.
It was in 2013.
2013, and here we are today in this interesting time and period of our history.
We're always saying this interesting time.
We act like we don't want to say anything.
I know. I don't like that word interesting.
It's okay.
I like the word uncharted.
Oh, we're on uncharted waters. I love that.
Because we are on uncharted waters, right?
Well, welcome to Get Real with the Revs, and this is our third episode.
And we're practicing resilience in these challenging times.
That's right. That's right. And today we thought we might want to talk a little bit about oponopono, because no matter what I do, as many of you know, I do a lot of inner child work, and that's at the very center of it is that forgiveness work. And so I thought today would be nice to talk a little bit to you, Rita, because you're kind of the queen of oponopono,
well,
as it were.
I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in it, but I have used it, and I do use it on a continuous basis, and it's very helpful. And if you don't know what it is, ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian tradition, and the word actually means to make right or to rectify an error. And in ancient Hawaiian culture, ho'oponopono is when the family would come together if something occurred that was negative and needed clearing, and they would come together as a group and they would discuss and have prayer over it, and finally come to a point where they could, without fault anywhere, they would just discuss it to the point where they could bring themselves to a point of forgiveness for all involved. Because in ho'oponopono, there is in the Hawaiian culture, there is a belief that everything begins in mind, our mind, and that the universe is a divine and perfect place. That's the way it was designed to be. And if something is going off, it's because we have thought it so. So it's very similar to what we think, right?
Well,
we
yeah.
believe in the perfect. When I say we, we're talking about science of mind and spirit.
Science of mind, spiritual, our modality, which is spiritual mind treatment. But one thing I want to jump into before that is you were talking about about this whole modality. Tell me, a lot of people, it's not that there's a confusion, but a lot of people have a different opinion about ho'oponopono. And a lot of times they think that you're forgiving the other person. Can you go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, so
it's like science of mind. We start with our
own self. It's a mental cleansing, actually. And well, in order to explain it, the best thing is to tell the story of Dr. Yu Len, whose story is told all over the internet. You can look him up. It's Hewlin, Dr. Yu Len. And Dr. Joe Vitale wrote a book called Zero Limits that expounds on Dr. Yu Len's method of ho'oponopono, which he got from a woman, a kapuna named Morna Nalamaki Simeona.
Glad you said that one. I wouldn't want to hurt her name.
I'm not fluent in Hawaiian, but I do like to. I like those words. They taste really good. So basically what it is this. Well, let me tell you about Dr. Yu Len, because that explains it really well. Dr. Yu Len had quite a miracle occur, because he was working with these patients in an insane asylum. Now, he never actually saw these patients, but he every day and I think it took him about 2 years, he would sit with their charts and he would recite the ho'oponopono prayer, which is, I'm forgetting what it is. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And he would go through each name on the charts and he would recite the prayer over and over. And he did, like I said, he did this for a long period of time, realizing that whatever it was within him, because he believed, because this method of ho'oponopono, they believed that whatever's in your field, whatever's in your awareness, you brought it there and you had some contribution to it. So by releasing this painful, and it came from some painful memory within yourself and your subconscious, which is what we're all learning about now, right? Even in a deeper level about how the subconscious is just like 90%, right?
Quantum field.
And so anyway, so he recited this prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And it was, what it is it's recited to the divinity within you. Within you, you're asking it to clear this from you. So he did this for a couple of years, and by the time he was done, I mean, this was a really vicious, dark, insane asylum.
It's a mental institute.
So bad, yeah, mental institute. I guess they called it an insane asylum.
They did call it.
Yeah, sorry about it if I used that
word.
No. But anyway, he what happened was even the workers were affected by this prayer to the point that they were getting sick themselves. Like they couldn't even come to work. They were calling in sick. I mean, they even went so far to say that it was so dark that the paint was peeling off the walls.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a true documented story. Again, you can look it up, Dr. Yulin. But within 2 years, he restored that place. In fact, it closed because all the people that were in it were released and healed. Yeah, so the power of Ho'oponopono and the way we can use it today, I believe, is by taking responsibility for anything that's happening on Earth. It's not, because we believe, right, Patrick, that there's one mind. We are all living in it. We're all contributing to it with our consciousness. So whatever is occurring right now, and there's a lot occurring, negativity occurring on our planet right now, we can use Ho'oponopono to clear out that place within us that is contributing to that. So I use it all the time. I use it for when I'm having a relationship issue with someone or something's triggering me and I just can't seem to get through it. I will use Ho'oponopono and I'll just do it and do it. And what I find happens eventually is the situation dissipates itself and a change occurs of some kind that's for the better. And I've done this for various different situations in my life. Have you used it?
Well, I use it especially when I'm running, or I use it kind of like a mantra, and it does do a lot of cleaning out. I just always, in the beginning, I think I was focusing it more on the person or the event, and that wasn't working, because as we have in Science of Mind, we're always working in our field, our mind, which therefore is everyone's field at the same time. So I think for me, I have used it and it has worked really well for me. Except one thing that did just pop up as you were talking is this thing about, we have to always be careful, especially in this philosophy, about because you are a contributor to the field, because we are all contributing in the collective consciousness, that doesn't mean that this is an opportunity to blame yourself.
Right. Yeah.
He, Dr. Hewlin,
right.
Yeah, Hewlin was not saying I made them mentally the disturbance in the field. All he's saying is that if I can take care of my mind and purify that to that place that we call first cause, that I go to whenever I need a healing of any kind, is that pure place that has never been touched by anything but good, knows nothing of the opposite, knows nothing of asylums, knows nothing of dis-ease, knows nothing. And that's the field that we're operating in. So this would make perfect sense. I'm sorry, please forgive me. That means for me to please forgive anything that has brought this into motion.
And you might not even know what it is.
No, and you don't have to. That's the great thing. You don't have to. And then thank you. I always put thank you before. A lot of people don't do it that way, but I just end up, it's just the way I learned it. But thank you, meaning thank you that I have this opportunity to purify and to clean my consciousness and remember who I am. I love you. I love you. And we all know with self-love that all is possible.
Yeah. So Dr. Yulin further says that whatever comes to you is your creation, the outcome of memories, painful memories buried in the subconscious. And during the Ho'oponopono process, you regret your errors, whatever they were, that caused those bad memories. And you are asked the divine intelligence within to release the memories and to set you free. And then you say thank you. So it is a beautiful practice. And it's very similar to what we do in spiritual mind treatment, in that we do in spiritual mind treatment, we clear the energy, we clear the path of negativity, and reveal the presence of divine within us. So it's just another way of doing it. And I think it really works. I usually couple it with spiritual mind treatment. Like I'll start with a spiritual mind treatment to center myself. And then when I'm done with this, I'll always affirm with a spiritual mind treatment that the work that I did was fruitful and is demonstrated right here and right now. But you don't have to do that even. I think the Ho'oponopono stands on its own. So it's, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
And
I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And again, it's all about within. It's not about out there. Everything is within. Everything is in our mental field.
And it somewhat ties in too with Joe Dispenza's work, Dr. Joe's work about releasing the past, because the past is the only thing that's holding us in non-forgiveness, because we're keep recreating and bringing up the past instead of unplugging, which is my new word that I've been working a lot with, to unplug from the things that I'm plugged into, that's still giving me heat, that's still giving me dis-ease of sorts, confusion, it doesn't matter. But if I can unplug, and that's by forgiveness work as well, to unplug from the past, then I'm only dealing right here in the present moment, where for me is the only place that healing, forgiving, loving can take place.
That's good, Patrick. So, well, that's our what we wanted to share today.
Yeah.
Just another tool you can use during these times.
And it's easy. Say it again for them,
Yeah,
in case
so
slowly, so they can.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And again, it's all about you talking to that divine place within you and rising yourself within that place and cleansing out anything that stands in the way of it.
So before we go, why don't we take a moment to do a spiritual mind treatment and take that time to be in the quantum field, to be in the energy of the divine. So just take a moment, close your eyes if it feels comfortable. If not, leave them wide open. Oh, and as I take this deep, deep, deep God cleansing breath, I remember, I simply remember who I am. And that is this incredible life force, this divinity, this pool, warm pool of energy, of God energy. Call it what you want. It needs no name, because it is all names, and that is who I am. And as I know that for myself, I know that for Rita, who is sitting right here in this quantum field with me, individualized perhaps, but always connected from the same source. And this is what I know for each and every person watching or not watching, but just the entire global community. I just know right here and right now that anything that needs purifying, cleaning is already done right here and right now in the energetic flow of the divine, that divine frequency that releases the past, releases everything that has happened before this moment. And in this moment, there is such healing, because it has never happened before in the exact same way. So what I know for each and every one of us is that any healing that needs to take place has already taken place in the mind of good. Any love that needs to be expressed is already expressed, because that is each and every one of our true identity. Anything that needs to be forgiven is already forgiven in the mind of God and in this quantum field. So there is a freedom to move. And I take this energy and I direct it for the highest and from the highest good for each and every one of us. So I am so blessed with the opportunity to speak my word, to have the authority to speak not Patrick's word, but that word of life itself on behalf of each and every one of us. And with that, I am so grateful. Yeah, that's right. I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From a law that is instilled and installed in each and every one of us that always says yes, 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 yes. And I say yes from the very, very highest place, right here and right now for each and every one of us. So now I simply just get out of the way. and repeat those beautiful, beautiful Hawaiian cultural words that are not words, but they are energy. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And now I truly get out of the way and just let this be so. As together we affirm as one, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Patrick. So there you have it, ho'oponopono. So we love you and we know something about you.
We do. Why don't we let them know? Okay.
You are magnificent.
Mwah.
Aloha.
Aloha. See you soon.